What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Real Ones Canes podcast. I'm the Beast, Brian London. My co-host, Cam Underwood, is busy on assignment at the moment, but it's okay. I can handle this one by myself. We're about to bring on arguably my favorite Miami Hurricane of all time. He knows all too well what it's like to go through the process of leading up to a national championship game, and he knows what it's like to win a national championship game. He is the all-time winningest quarterback in University of Miami history. He's now a pass game specialist for the Dallas Cowboys, and we bring to the stage one Mr. Ken Dorsey. Ken, how are you?
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to see you. So we checked in with your buddy Joaquin the other day. His kid's actually on the Miami Hurricane, so he's nervous. He's a parent, right? And you and I and everyone else knows what it's like to be a parent and have your kids involved in stuff. But this is a whole new level. The University of Miami is back in a championship game since the last time you guys were in one. Hopefully, this one goes better. But what are your thoughts? It's been a while. I'm sure you're pretty happy for your alma mater to be back here.
I'm so excited. I think it's been a great run for those guys. I mean, they've had probably one of the toughest gauntlets of schedules to get to this point, of any team in recent memory, that's for sure. And so it's been a lot of fun to watch those guys. Mario's done a tremendous job and really kind of injected the life back into that program, and you see it. You see his personality stamped all over the team, and just the passion, energy, and how they fly around. It's been a ton of fun to watch them, and a ton of fun. And I'm so grateful for the job he's done, and as a former player, and now as a fan of the team, it's been great, and just the fact, it was they had those two losses in the year, and obviously, and then to be able to get here and now be at this point, I just love the fact that it just validates the fact that they should be there, and the road they had to go through to get to this point just validates the fact that I think that they made that choice abundantly clear that this was the right decision, that the Miami Hurricanes should be in this playoff.
Yeah, so let's talk about those two losses. Seem to really be the look in the mirror that this team needed. You guys had it out at Washington, and this team went through the same thing with SMU and Louisville. But specifically, just looking at Carson Beck, the quarterback, it seems like he had a game where he had 4 interceptions, but he has bounced back. Yeah. And to have that confidence to bounce back, to know that your teammates believe in you, that and he had the winning drive and the winning touchdown against Ole Miss. Just, I guess it shows you how much moxie he has as a quarterback and as a person.
There's no question. I think obviously this is the ultimate team game. You got 11 guys who got to operate as one on offense for that thing to work and for plays to be successful. So there's going to be games where it's tough and you got to battle through things. And unfortunately, some of those they ended up on the other side. But I think those experiences and what they had to go through is a large factor of what's gotten to this point, and the mental toughness and what they had to do to really kind of come together as a team. And even after that second loss, to be able to come back out that next time and be able to go win a football game and validate them being in this situation. So I think that just goes to show the character of the team. It goes to show the character of the quarterback, and just what, again, Mario's kind of instilled in these guys and what they've been able to do.
The other thing that helps Carson and helped you is that offensive line in front of him. And we all know, like, an offense is only as good as those 5 guys up front, whether it's the run game, the passing game. But to have a Markel Bell, a Francis Maui-Noah, and Inez Cooper, all these guys, Brockermeyer as a center, like, that makes the whole thing go, I feel like.
No question. I think the game was obviously huge in the trenches, and you could tell Mario's a big believer in that. I mean, that's who he is as a former player and as a coach. I mean, that's where it all starts for him, and you could see that, and you could see that's the way this team's built, and I think it's built the right way, and it's built in a way that can sustain and last. And when you look at it, I mean, it's crazy to think. I think the last time Miami's had a first round offensive lineman taken was like 2015 with Eric Flowers, and so they've got a bunch of guys up front that I think can have that type of ability to move on and take that next step. But I think it just goes to show you just the way Mario's been able to recruit, the way they've been able to, as coaches, develop their talent and improve from when they step on campus to this point is a huge factor of why they're in the position they're in.
I don't know how much film you've seen on Indiana and Fernando Mendoza. Miami played him last year at Cal. He was fantastic then. He goes in the portal to Indiana. The kid, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. Mm-hmm. He seems to be almost untouchable. He's just, and you know what? It kind of reminds me a little bit. I was just listening to his coach at Columbus High School here in Miami describe him, and they said he's such a nerd. He's such a football nerd. And you know what? I like my quarterbacks when they're called nerds.
No doubt.
Yeah. So what have you seen from him and what do you like about his game?
Well, I mean, obviously he did a heck of a job there this year. And then when you go back to your point, you go back to that game last year at Cal. I mean, that was an unbelievable game and a back and forth and a tight one. So he's had a history of playing good football, and I think he's a lot of times as a quarterback, are you in the right place at the right time and have those, have the coaching staff around you that knows how to maximize, what you do best. Have the players around you that complement, your strengths. And I think you see that in this team that they've got. And I mean, it's pretty impressive. They're a veteran team. They've got, a ton of fifth year and 6th year guys on it. And I think that experience shows on the field. I mean, they don't make a lot of mistakes. And a lot of times when you talk about a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, it starts with the quarterback, and because that's where a lot of, turnovers and things like that stem from if the quarterback's making mistakes. So he's clearly doing a great job with that and done a heck of a job for his team or for his program and really kind of turned Indiana football, which is pretty amazing to say, into a powerhouse type program. And it's really fun. It's great to see, the Miami's back. And then all of a sudden you got this kind of program that's been around forever that all of a sudden has this insurgence. I mean, it's great to see just this parity in college football now and what they've been able to do.
So I need to pick your brain for a moment, but Indiana's defense, they actually call it the illusion defense because what they will line up one way, and then as the ball is snapped, they'll completely change the snapshot that the quarterback is seeing to try to, get those pre-snap reads, get it out of their brain. It's mostly zone, cover 2, 3, 4. They'll blitz some. If you're Shannon Dawson, if you're Carson Beck, and they're going to just try to change the picture you see when you have the ball in your hands. How do you deal with that as a quarterback?
Yeah, it definitely can be tough, and it definitely changes kind of your perspective in terms of the quarterback position on they're understanding they're going to change the picture, understanding that it's going to change kind of whether it's pre-snap to post-snap and whatnot. So I think one of the biggest things you could do to kind of simplify it for the quarterback is just make things as much as possible. Hey, progression reads where it's like, no matter what, you're starting with this guy. And if he's open, throwing the ball, otherwise progress to 2 to 3 to your outlet. And the more you could do that, the more it simplifies his process. The less you do like, hey, in 2 high, you're going here, 1 high, you're going here, or hey, man, here's all, what I mean? It's like, because those teams, they mess with all those indicators, they mess with the look. And so it's sometimes it's hard to generate, the picture in time to be able to know where to go, in those pre-snap look type reads. So the more you could simplify for the quarterback so that he could play fast and really kind of just snap off progressions and just find the open guy, the better off. And then, when teams are trying to do a bunch of those different looks and move guys around, sometimes it's hard to fit gaps in those scenarios. And sometimes you get a guy out of a gap, all of a sudden it's going to create a big run. So there's going to be some really good 2-3 yard gains in this game. It's just the type of defense they play, and they might get you for one. But if you keep pounding them, you keep, doing your thing, you get a guy out of a gap, all of a sudden you're going to you got a chance to hit a big one right there. So just that complementary football probably is going to be huge in this game when you get a team that does a lot of different things like that.
A few more questions before I ask you to maybe give a prediction or at least keys to the game. You had the honor of having your name put in the Ring of Honor this season. I wasn't able to get down there from the press box because they don't let us down on the field anymore. But I think to a lot of us that covered you when you were at Miami and know you, it really touched us to see your name go up there. What did that mean to you?
It truly was a special day and a special thing for me. And I felt terrible that just schedule wise, I couldn't be there with other guys who got inducted, because those are some great teammates of mine and great friends and great people. But to be able to go for that Syracuse game and for things to align like that, you really can't put into words just how special it was and just how much I love Miami and the people there and the fans and everything that makes that place just so special to me and to my family, and for them to be able to be there as well made it even better. So there's just so much there was so much emotion that kind of went into it, just so much joy and just so much to be grateful for, to be there, and now to always be a part of that program in the Ring of Honor is something that I'm truly grateful for. The university and everything that they've done for me to be able to be in that position.
What's the text like this week? I know you're still grinding in Dallas with the Cowboys, but I'm sure all your buds are chatting behind the scenes about this game, how excited they are, and what it's going to be like Monday night.
Yeah, it's just there's definitely a lot of excitement. We haven't been in this position in a while, and to be able to say that Miami's back and in this position to go out and win another national championship it's special for all of us, and I think it's just it's obviously a bunch of guys who just can't wait for this game to get kicked off. It feels like forever since they last played. So as a alumni and fan and a guy who's just loving what we're seeing right now, we just can't wait for kickoff and get this thing going.
I'm guessing you had the same two cathartic moments over the last few weeks that the rest of us had, which is beating Ohio State and actually winning a Fiesta Bowl. Those two things seem to I don't know if it purely erases pain or any of that, but it helped a little bit.
There's a lot of alignment going on. There's a lot of there's a lot of history getting kind of reinvented, if you will, in some of those things. So obviously those were huge games, and you're right, you're nervous when you see those things kind of happening. But this team has just been it's a special group, you feel like, because they've really gone out there and those distractions and those all those things, they don't let those things kind of affect them. They just really focused on what they've had to do, and they've come out and delivered in a definitely kind of a high octane way.
You're in the NFL now. You've been doing it for a number of years. Just how everyone talks about, at least players do, that when they get to the NFL, it's a job, right? It's a grind for players, for coaches, for front office, for everyone involved. Are you still enjoying that grind of being in the NFL? And now you get to work with some fantastic people in Dallas. You've worked with amazing players and coaches all throughout your career. Is it something that still fulfills you?
Yeah, there's nothing like the game planning process and going out and trying to figure out how to attack a defense and help your team win and just the different ways in which you're going to do so, whether it's run the ball, throwing the ball, and building that kind of complementary game plan to go out and be successful. That's the fun part is just that that whole chess match and that whole developing, how we're going to go out and attack these guys and really get after them. And that Sunday. And then obviously there's no better feeling on game day than going out and things coming together, whether things are working and you're kind of in that flow and you're in that rhythm, or, hey, you go through a tough patch, you got to adjust and make adjustments on the fly. All those things just add to just how special coaching is and how much, I love this game and being a part of it. So it's been a blast. I love every second of it, and definitely want to continue to do it for a long time.
How do you keep up with the trends in offenses? Because it used to be, pro style offense, whatever. I mean, there used to be fullbacks. There used to be all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about spreads, RPOs, all sorts of stuff going on in offenses. How do you, as a coach, keep up with all of that?
I mean, it definitely takes a lot of work, and there's a lot of film you got to watch, and trying to get through as much as when in the off season in terms of projects and kind of studies, and whether it's other NFL teams, whether it's college teams, and some of the things that they're doing. And I think it doesn't matter where a good idea comes from. If it's going to help you win a football game, then I think that's something that you embrace. So it's a lot of just kind of grind in terms of, hey, just pounding out the tape and trying to figure out what fits you and not bringing ideas that don't necessarily fit your personnel and what you do offensively, but at the same time making sure you're staying ahead of the curve. The hard part's during the season, when it's like you're in week 11, 12, 13, it's like, I need a little something different here, and trying to find those different things and trying to stay ahead of the curve during the season is sometimes the tough part, but it takes a group effort, and a lot of times when you can just have those little tweaks and adjustments in the season, those are things that really help you propel you and eliminate the lulls throughout the year.
Yeah, no doubt. That's awesome. Okay, if Carson Beck gave you a call and said, "Hey, Ken, you've been through this. I'm about to play the biggest game of my life. You got any tips? Got any advice? What can you tell me about the dealing with the lights going on for literally the biggest game of my life?"
I mean, I just think the biggest thing that he can focus on is, hey, just keep doing what I've been doing. Don't feel like I've got to do anything more or less based off of what I've been doing. Obviously, he's done a great job of taking care of the football. He's done a great job using his legs and taking off and running and getting some first downs, especially on those on some critical third downs and things like that. That's just demoralizing the defense when things are covered and all of a sudden the quarterback can take off and go get a first. So I just feel like, hey, you just keep doing what you've been doing. Don't feel like you got to add any pressure or do anything differently from what you've been doing. He's taking shots when they're there, to his guys when they're one-on-one. He's not forcing them. And then when they're not there, he's going through his progressions and find 2-3 outlets, check downs and things like that. So just that mental process of saying, look, I know this is, the last game, this is the championship, but what I've done to get there, there's a reason why we're here. And it's because of the process I've gone through. It's the decisions that I've been making, and there's no reason to change that now.
Yeah, I guess it's probably easier said than done, but I think Carson's, much like you, he's a veteran. He's played in a bunch of games. I think he's ready for the moment. So given that, any thoughts on how this one's going to go, or at least keys for Miami to get the victory?
Well, I think it's going to be a heck of a game. I mean, it's obviously it's two really good teams. Two teams that are strong on both sides of the ball. And strong on the interior up front, both units. So I think it's going to be a back and forth. When you look at these games, it's obviously turnover battle is huge. And within that, the field position in terms of, being able to flip the field. If you're backed up, you get pinned back, being able to flip the field position is going to be huge. I think those are all things. But when you look at these games, a lot of times it's the teams that don't make the mistakes. And a lot of times that's when you're talking about that, it's the turnover battle. So If we could do that, if we could protect the football, if we could run it, if we could take advantage of our matchups on the outside, I think those are all going to be huge factors for us right there to go out and win. And I like Miami's chances. I love Mario. I love the confidence in which they're playing with right now. I love that they're really kind of a team right now that is gelling and kind of they're hitting their peak right now at the right time. So it's going to be a barn burner. I love the fact that Miami seems ready to go for it.
I know you're grinding in your office, and unfortunately, you won't be at the game. But I know you'll be there in spirit, and I know the next time you're down here, Miami Hurricanes fans will love to say hello and all of that jazz. The only Miami Hurricanes player that I actually have an autograph from is you. That's it. I have a number 11 jersey with your autograph on it. I don't have Sean Taylor. I don't have Ed Reed. I don't have Michael Barrow. I have yours. So there is that. And my kid loves the fact that I have that. So thank you for that. Thank you for the time. And we'll be cheering on the Cowboys next season, knowing you're helping things out. So thanks a lot, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Will do. Go Canes.